Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Smith Asifal Jimo. I'm the team of Rambler Express. I have a very important opportunity for you that you can make money, help yourself, help your community, help your environment. And this is how it works. It's called the PBS Global Ecosystem. This is powered by Plan B Express. A very quick one. I just want you to pay attention. The next 10 to 20, 30-minute maximum, I'm going to take you through this opportunity that is so massive, and then you can make money as much as possible. So follow me now as I take you on this presentation, and then of course walk through, lead through practicals of this opportunity. Okay, so please don't go anywhere. Take your pen, take your paper, and avoid distraction. So you're welcome. Now, this is Plan B Express, where everyone grow together. So Plan B Express, together, everyone rise. Okay. Our vision is very simple: 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulations and exploring global financial market. Our method is simple. Method is 3-in-1 financial solution. All right. Now, so the PBS Club solve one of the major problems. The first, your ultimate path to financial freedom. We are your gateway to constant and consistent cash flow through powerful mix of trading, investing, and agency system. All right. But a quick disclaimer. We'd like you to know that financial markets, including forex, crypto, and synthetic indices, are volatile. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk to your capital. Copy trading does not guarantee profit and may result in losses exceeding your initial deposit. Forex, crypto, highly volatile and subject to market shift. Synthetics are algorithmic markets that operate 24/7 with high leverage. Please consult with a certified financial advisor before investing. PBS Club is an educational platform and not liable for any individual trading loss. So quickly, let's go. Our hybrid solution 3-in-1 financial system. Number one, optimized trading solution. So if you are a professional or a newbie, or you have a so we have a scanners that can reduce your stress of overanalyzing the market. These are high accuracy scanners that make you live a soft life as a trader. Number two, we have optimized copy trading solutions. So you have access to our 3 layers copy systems. These are PBS Club 1, PBS Club 2, PBS Club 3. How does it actually work? When you come in, is that you have access to different layers of copy system. So these help you to trade hands-free, decentralized way without lifting the fingers. And you can make average of 10 to 30% in a month. That's why we have it diversified. Please take note, we call it decentralized because your money is going to be in the broker and connect to our solution, and then you make money. You get that right? Then we have optimized residual and social capital solutions. So you have access to build powerful residual income even without any financial commitment. So you can start from zero and make social capital income repeatedly. This happened on our broadcast partners, where you can invite people to build an ecosystem, and you make money without having even start trading, without having invested anything. Then you can make affiliate commission on PBS Club. Anyone invited to our club or to take a platforms, then you have 20% direct commission, 50% indirect, and 3% another level to level 4 of 2%. Okay, now quickly look at it. The next, trading tools and leverage. So we have A plus 75 to 90% accuracy AI scanners. The PBS market scanners are elite high precision tools designed to filter market noise and provide institutional grade entries. Each scanner include a specialized price action toolkit and flexible subscriptions option to fit every trader's capital. Now we have regular trading signals, so you need not to know how to analyze market. Expert analyze, and you copy the signals into your trade there. All right, either currency, indices, stocks, and crypto. Follow the professionals with ease, but the scanners does it better and more independently. So you don't need to wait for trading. Now, this is the scanner. We have 5 specialized scanners. Number one is the structural foundation scanner, which has to do with automated support and resistance floors and ceiling, beginners and swing traders. Okay, the second one is demand and supply. So mapping additional order blocks, zones of interest, all right? And then patient value-based traders. All right. Then we have the third one, smart money. And this is tracking whales via MSS, that market structure shift, breakers blocks, and FEG. All right. And then this is for professionals and ICT enthusiasts, or you love to trade as like an ICT trader. Then we have pure price action, naked chart logic, engulfing power free and momentum activities, market purists and energy readers. Now, then we have the last one, the psychological and commodity. This is gold, Bitcoin, oil, and talking about 50, 100 pips psychological level. This is called institutional grade level for scalpers, for aggressive day traders. All right. Now, what does it cost to part of this? We have subscription, 5-in-1 master bundle pricing. Maximize your edge with 5-in-1 bundle. Get a categories 1 to 4 for the price of only 2. All right, that's fantastic. Now, if you're doing for monthly, this is $50. All right. If you are doing quarterly, that's $100. If you're doing 6 months, that's $150. Yearly is $200. Now, why do we say 2-in-1? So instead of, if you need all, then you have to pay, each is $200. But in this case, if you are paying for all, you save 60% of that money because you're only paying $400. So if it's monthly, you are still saving 60% and all of that. So that's how it is. So you can watch it again and again because we don't want this presentation to be too lengthy. Okay. Now, we have operational rules. Of course, when you get started, you're going to read more about the optional rule and how we use this scanner properly. So this is not a brainer. Offer for any serious-minded person. We're giving $1,000 worth of value. That's 5 scanners for just $400 instead of $1,000. Does that make sense? However, we have what we call PBS Club Mentorship. So this is the PBS Market Explorer tier. Exclusive one-on-one strategic mentorship becomes the master to become the masters of the market with direct guidance from PBS Club top expert. Contact at me for deals, and then pricing can be given to you properly there. All right. So then the next is that these are examples of the scanners lookout. Okay. A+ scanners for self-generated signals. This is PBS S&R zone scanner. All right. You can say how the signals come with clarity, no struggle, no stress. You take, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. It gives you accurate and expert entry system. This is trading. This is for US dollar, Japanese yen. Look at the buy, sell, buy, sell. And this is an example of US dollar, okay, Japanese yen. And then look at the entry point, look at the exit point. And this is 15-minute time frame and all of that. Now, so you can see these are of different scanners. This for demand and supply zone scanner. And now this is still demand and supply zone scanners. All right. Then look at the SMC, the smart money concept, PBS scanners that showed you entry model, the other blocks, breaker blocks, breakout structures, market structure shift, and all like with automated leap. So we have the SMC2. This is how it was. It gives you side by side liquidity. So we call it ICT simplified. Okay. Then we have, this is still ICT simplified. So you can trade with joy. So this is price action, massive activities, and all of that. So look at it. Fantastic. Show you the trend line, automatically drawn the trend line. You are not the one to draw the trend line. All right. Then this is institutional grid level, which is called the PIPS level, the PBS PIPS level, which this month is used for Bitcoin and gold. This is fantastic. You take an entry and then you're going to be fine. So look at the institutional grid level. Now, this is for stock. Now, taking trade on stock, both local and international stock. If you trade stock, you can enjoy this as amazing as possible. This is an international stock when it asks you to sell. So if you are holding this stock and it's asking you to sell, you wait, then look at where it's asked you to buy again, then they sell from up there and all of that. This is international stock too, and that's one of the things. So our passive and long-term investment, so decentralized and automated investment, as I told you, that this is a hands-free solution where your money will be your broker, or exchange, making you an average of 10 to 30% monthly. You hear me right? Based on both conservative and aggressive strategy. Then we have long-term investment, which has to do with buying into some stock and portfolio, building a portfolio in crypto. Of course, we direct you when to buy and when to sell, and tend to monitor the necessary information to guide your investment. So you lift no fingers, you don't struggle, you have access to the vital information. It'll give your money not to Felix, not to anybody in PBX, but will direct you to open your broker and fund your account there. So now this is it. Why do we get so much aggressive and so much interested in this? Because when it has to do with business of today, we're tired of this Ponzi scheme, third-party platforms. We said any platform you are being invited to invest, 4 things are involved for you to know that you're in control. 4 things are involved for you to know that you're in control. The truth is that if he has no control system that is handled by yourself, you have to be very careful. First one is that, will your money be in your bank? Okay, no, they say no, the money is not going to be in your bank because we cannot access it, we cannot trade there and all of that. Okay, secondly, will your money be in recognized, registered, and licensed regulated brokers? They say, no, your money is not going to be in any broker because we are the one we handle. Okay. Oh, my money is not in the bank because if it's in the bank, it's about control. You have control over it. Yes, fine. The bank are the custodian, but you are the one managing and telling what to happen to your money, right? If it's in broker, yes, they are the custodian. You are trading on their platform, but you are in charge when to make a withdrawal, when to not to make a withdrawal, when to terminate the account, when not to terminate the account. Third, is the money going to be in exchange, like something like Binance, Bybit, or whatever? If the money is in an exchange, recognized exchange that's doing business, then you are still at liberty to control your money, either to take it out or to stop operation. Lastly, is the money going to be in non-custodian external wallets, something like SafePal, SafePal, Trust Wallet, or SafePal, Trust Wallet, TrodeLink, and different wallets, that external wallets that you can put money into and then withdraw at a will, or it's not going to be. If your money is not in these 4 places, forget you are not in control. All right. So next is that we have mentorship for soft trading and social capital and residual income. So weekly news later. So information are given gazetted for you to understand. We have weekly live stream for traders, for validation, for experimental and designing. We have financial literacy and health, interaction tips for you to know how to manage yourself, manage your money, even when you make money, because it's not about making money. It is what to do with what to make that matters. All right. Now, VVI Club, our PBS Club VIP copy automation. So I think it's in 3 categories. Copy automation A, that is PBS Club 1. You have basic copy. Minimum to start is $200, and then your profit share is 70, 30. So whatever thing that is made for you for the month, 30 is for the strategist, and then 70 is your money. Then VIP 2, that's the VIP copy. Then you have minimum to start with $500, and then the profit share is 75-25. So you take 75, strategy take 25. And then, so irrespective of what to make, if it's 5%, if it's 10%, if it's 20% in a month, and now that's how it's been shared. We have VVIP copy, minimum is $1,000, and then you have 80% to yourself and 20% to strategies. And now, of course, it doesn't matter how much you make for that month. If you don't make, there's no share. If you make, there's a share. You make much, there's a share. So it doesn't really change. All right, we have PBS Club 2, which has to do with MicroStrategy. Minimum is $100, and this is on another broker entirely. And we're going to unveil to you how to get started. And 30% is the strategist fund, while 70% is for, you. Then we have PBS Club 3, Sonic AI, and Neo. These are the platform we use for that. Minimum is $200 each, and then you have 30% for the strategies and 70% to yourself. Okay, this is fantastic, right? Then the last thing is that the PBS operational program summary. So we have passive income system, copy automation, and hands-free specialized with PBS Club 1, 2, 3. And then you have the stock portfolio, you have crypto portfolio, and you have fixed income portfolio. This is the summary. And then we have active income system with AI scanner, Forex, crypto, and synthetic. So you trade here, we'll give you all the support, signal, live trading, scalping, and all the like, and then you are so much lucky. Then you have the residual and partnerships programs. We have PBS affiliate system, all right, where you make some good profit. Now, so I told you 20% direct commission and 5% indirect, and then 3% indirect and 2% indirect. Then we have AI tech rebate. So you when you come in and you invest on our PBS Club 3, and then you're going to have PBS Club 3, you're going to have access to rebate system, and if you invest from $250 and above. And then you have capital rebate and partnership. So we have these, and then we have World Trade. These are the 4 categories of our affiliate rebate system that you're going to make a lot of money. So ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for paying attention for just this short presentation. I know you love something like this, and it's going to be very phenomenal. Let me quickly now show you the dimension of activities here. So now this is this trading activities here, for instance. Now this is Bitcoin. I want to show the institutional grid level for Bitcoin and institutional grid level for gold. Look at it. Institutional grid level for Bitcoin and institutional grid level for gold. Now, this is for Bitcoin. So ordinarily, this is Bitcoin on a 1 hour time frame. And now we've seen that the Bitcoin on 1 hour time frame have actually changed some dimension. Now, I quickly want to hide the scanner and then show you just a plain chart. Okay. So this is a plain chart, and then this is with a scanner. Now, if you look at this, all these lines, they are automated, okay? They are automated, they adjust as the market moves. But I just came back and look at 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin, how the Bitcoin was moving on 1 hour time frame. Now, this is a breakout structure, this is a breakout structure, this is a breakout structure. So this is the last low ordinarily. So if this is a last low, so what do we have? Ordinarily, we look at this, that the Bitcoin had a last low here, and then we have the market structure shift. So that means when the market gets here, but I want to show you something very peculiar. What is peculiar here is that if you don't have this scanner, you wait for this change of character before you want to take a trade. So you're waiting for the market to take a trade here. Because why? This is a breakout structure. This is a high, and this is a low. So this lower low had broken and take out this. That's a shift in market structure. And then this ordinarily, if you take my Fibonacci retracement from the swing low, let me just quickly do something. If I take my Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high, you want to look at the PDRAs. So the PDRAs is at from equilibrium to the OTE. So the equilibrium, there is a golden zone, and there is OTE. So the market has returned back to the OTE. There's something significant that you must pay attention to see is that the order block is here, which is this totality of this guy here. All right. So since that is the order block here, now pay into inside the place, the market has tapped into it in 1 hour time frame. This candle is still very, very fresh on 1 hour. So probably what you want to do is that after this, you want to go to 5 minutes to actually see, have you have a change entirely? Now we are inside this space now, but we have not had a change entirely. Do you understand? So because going to 5 minutes with this, we want to see a total shift in market structure. Because like on 5 minutes, you can see now this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high. Now, so this high here, now this low here. So as this low took out this, now here, so on this, so what you're going to have was very simple. What we had here on 5 minute time frame, this is a market structure shift, meaning that the market is now bearish. But that's not bearish, it's just a pullback on 5 minutes, but on 1 hour, but it has turned to what? A bearish market potential because this is a shift in market structure. Now, the returning back was your entry now to sell down to the point. So most people don't pay attention to what we teach them anyway. So look at it. This is a fair value gap, and then this is another block over here. So the market tap into the fair value gap and then give you a very fantastic rejection. At the close of this candle is actually a sell, and to sell down to any point here if you are the type that trade counter trend, right? So that means the market, you are selling down to this point. Now, the market has tapped into the region that you are looking at, and we have a very nice rejection here. So at the close of this market here should be your entry, perhaps, or sometime you probably want to wait because the entire region here, what do we mark here? I can't remember what we do really mark here. But however, entire region here. So if I'm going to take a trade here, it's going to take a trade, for instance, here at the close of this candle. But because of you are trading smart money concept, probably if you go down to 1 more minute to see a total shift. So that means you have to wait for this market to pull back and create a market structure shift entirely before you can take a trade. Now, so just get to understand something. That means this is a breakout structure, and then this market is down here. Now, if you return back to 1 minute, like I've said, okay, so what we find here was that this order block. So this is the PDRAs. That is both the equilibrium. So let me take the equilibrium off, and so that will not confuse ourselves. All right, so that's taken to this point, and I go to 5 minutes. So the market has tapped into the order block, so there is no much waiting. Some people actually take their trade this way. They keep a waiting trade like this, taking the trade like this, and then take it long and say, hey, as the market tap in and close, even with this candle, but you have to give a buffer to this point, and they'll take your trade, and they rally up, first of all, to this high where the market was coming from. And that's not up to 1:2 risk reward, however. Now, so this is the point I'm trying to make for you to understand one thing about this scanner. It's a powerful scanner that help you delineate all the stress of doing personal structure and analysis by yourself. So with this, you're taking the market up, probably 1:2 risk reward, but yet you are still minding that high here so that the market will not take you out unnecessarily. Now, however, so you have taken an entry and then the market to run up and all of that as much as possible. Now, so quickly look at something. There were other fair value gap here. Now the market could get there and pull back again, but that's not an issue. Now, quickly, let's now enable the all right, we have enabled the what? The scanner. The scanner actually asks you to buy here. Now, when it asks you to buy here on 1 minute or 1 hour, so what we do, we're very simple. We do a movement here. We look at the candle that asks us to buy on 1 hour, and then we go to 5 minutes to actually find an entry as fast as possible. That means while somebody was waiting, you're already in this market from here because this is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. And now this is how this scanner is so powerful. And now look at it. This market, this scanner say, hey, buy here. And then your stop loss is actually below, the swing low, now which is the expansion, which is the manipulation. Now, if you look at 1:2 risk reward is already down here, ladies and gentlemen. That means you are make profit. Whatever money you engage, you are make times 2 of it. That's how we trade. And the scanner said, so when we take the market, we enter the market, we actually leave the market, we expand. Now, this is the institutional key level. This is the pivot point. So entering the market here, and then it crosses here, your next target is going to be here. That means you are going to be doing 1:3.7 risk reward, which is about 1,200 points, depending on what stop loss size you use. Then you'll be able to know, right, how much you will have made here. If you use 0.1, or if you will use one standard lot, so one standard here, that means you are engaging $329 into the market, and there you go, you have made about $1,230. You hear me right? So if you are building a portfolio on your prop firm, then you will have been nicely good this time around. Now, having seen this, that because on 1 hour time frame, you see that this was a market structure shift, that means you expect the market to come back and mitigate the order block. Very simple. Now, on the 5 minutes, you can see that the market, when it travel here, this is a breakout structure, and then this is the low that bring about this high. Your scanner already asks you to sell the market, though even when it was not too perfect. So, but you are looking at, okay, when the market give you the sell, then there was a candle that didn't close bearish, but this one eventually closed bearish. So that means you are taking the trade here, and now taking the trade here because the scanner had given you this trade, then you are targeting, that's your area of importance, or even targeting this point here. Can you see that? Powerful. Now, that means you have done 1:2.7 risk reward, as it were. Now, so looking at the market, and then, of course, you come into this order block exactly. So I could be targeting this order block all together with this gentleman here. This is how this scanner is so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for this one, you have done a very powerful profit. And then now the market, you're already on board again and taking your trade. Do you get that? Now, this was mitigated. You have no business with that. All you want now is for this market to start rolling up. Now, if this market start rolling up, that means you have entered the second position. Apart from this, your position, should in case you still have some position that was left over unsold. Do you get that? Now, why this one now is additional entry, why the profit starts to got running, and then you extend here, extend to this point here. That's about 1:. So this one's going to do 1:10 risk reward. If you engage $200, that's going to be $200 multiplied by 10, and that you have a $2,000. That's as simple as possible. Why this one is running, then again, you continue to trail and trail. Probably look at where the signal was sent for before, and then when you were going to take this market up here, it's going to get up to this point. Let's look at it. That's going to be how many risk reward, ladies and gentlemen? This is going to be about 1:8 point something risk reward. Now, let's quickly take this one up to that point. That's going to be 1:21 risk reward. If you put $200, that's going to be giving you $200 multiplied by 21. That's going to be $4,001, $4,200 as it were. So this kind of is extremely powerful. You trade with it, and then the same thing we do on gold is cap and make a lot of money. All right. Now, this is the first general basic one. And you can see that entry was done before here. And then look at it. This is market structure shift. Now, if you're going to go to our scanner that gives like demand zones and the supply zones and all of that, it's going to give you a different thing entirely. And then if you go to the one that had a structure, that which means we're going to go into ICT or smart money concept, whatever thing you call it. Now, so go to go Bitcoin. And so we'll go to Bitcoin, right? Let's quickly go to Bitcoin and go to 1 hour time frame. You're going to see what I just talked about right now. And then this is what I just talked about. The market traveled out over here, and this is 1 hour time frame. And now, so it got resisted here. This is a very powerful one. These are not the block. This is a breakout structure. This is a breakout structure. And then the market has traveled here. Now, internally here, it's a shift in market structure. And then we travel back to here. And now all you want here is the market to take over here, break over this point, and continue to move up. And now we go to another institutional structure, which is the second ICT SMC trading. Now go to Bitcoin and then move up to this point. Then what do you have? This is 15-minute time frame. Probably let me go to 1 hour. Then you're going to see what I just talked about. Okay, this is what I just talked about. Here you have a market structure shift. This is a breakout structure. This is a breakout structure. Then you have a shift of market structure in that. And then the market has done this. And then you are already in the market. This other block is waiting for you, waging war ahead. And then once you're able to pierce it, it turns to what we call a breaker block. All right. Once it turns to a breaker block, then the market, this is a fair value gap. When it switch off all of this, that's $69,000, then the market continues to rally up as massive as possible. You get that? This is a very powerful thing that when we tell people, they do not really understand what we do here, and they cannot really fathom how this can actually work massively because they have not paid attention and they have not actually looked at it practically the way it has been working. Okay, now if you go back to this point, and this is a price, then we'll go to 1 hour now. This is like pivot point. So this work with a pivot point, and then we'll go to the next one that's like a price action, and then you're going to have this. There you go. There you go. So this is 1 hour or on the daily. Let's go to 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. Now, so we go to 1 hour. So what do we have here? This is a very powerful stuff, right? So look at it. Look at it. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. So look at it. This is a breakout structure. Then we have the internal structure gonna take in the market to continue to move up. And then we're going to 5 minutes. You're going to see what I talk about here right now. And now change of character, a breakout structure. You can see the breakout structure over and again. Oh, a breakout structure, change of character, breakout structure, breakout structure, breakout structure. We have a change of character. I told you here, right? And then we have this market. The fair value gap was mitigated here, and then it sold down now. And then the market came back to this mitigation area. And that's very powerful trading strategy we actually set up. And now many persons don't know or pay attention to what we do right now because they are in looking at the opportunity that's embedded in this scanner. Ladies and gentlemen, you work with this as scanner, trust me, you're going to be in money with less stress. And that's how powerful this kind of works. It gives you an entry point and it gives you an exit point, and then you're going to be trading massively. So this week, we're looking at Bitcoin. Once you're able to break this barrier, this is a resistance, break it. This is a minor one. And then that means you're invariably looking at Bitcoin traveling up here. And if it's able to break that, so for you, if you have entered, you're going to be 22 risk reward from this entry point, then depending on what to enter. As we are trading is planning, and then look at how this market has actually delayed the stress that you ought to be facing in this market. So, ladies and gentlemen, waste no time. This is Flix, and this is Plan B Express, where we help people to maximize opportunity. Trading is very easy right now because it's just to follow simple instruction and then obey the instruction as strictly as possible. And you don't need to 48 hours, 90, 100 hours in the market trying to analyze and overparalyze yourself. No, you just leverage. That's the power of leverage. That's the power of leverage. Let me tell you, if you don't understand leverage, you are going to stress yourself unnecessarily. Look at the conditions, all the conditions you need to observe, and then it become part of you. Repeatedly, you're going to be trading and making money. Thank you very much. So go to the comment section. There's a link there. Join our group. It's free to join our group. Then you want to subscribe, you subscribe. You want to chat with expert, there's a Telegram, a WhatsApp group, and number there. Just click on it and chat. I'm interested. I want to get started. If you're watching me live now on YouTube, on Telegram, on different platforms, just write, I'm interested to DM, and then we're going to take it up from there. So thank you very much. This is the best thing you can ever think about. This is very simple, straightforward, and very direct. You make money, you help yourself passively, actively, and residually. Thank you very much. Plan B Express to get